Hello, hello. This is JilliBling. How are you? What do you think? Is that pretty? Calming Camellia. Okay, this is the last one. I know I've overdone it a little bit. Lots of projects using this stamp set. This design, this layout, I saw it on Pinterest, stamppretty.com, and she made it using, I think it was like heather or maybe freesia, and it was real soft and pastels, but I wanted to do something to color it. So this paper is from Celebration for free, and it's the one with the daffodils on it and a lot of black, and it has vanilla colors. And usually I tend to do like white paper base, but because everything is vanilla based, I thought, well, let's give it a try. So I did something a little bit different. I stamped on the vanilla paper, and then I also stamped a second time on white paper. And the cutout is on white paper. And I know it's kind of a rule that you don't mix white and vanilla, but it made the flowers just a little bit more vibrant. And you know, after the project we do today, I don't know if you could tell the difference between doing it on white paper as the stand-up or doing it on vanilla paper, but we'll give it a try. Okay. So I have all these ready to go. We will be using Memento. Versamark is for the greeting. Stamp set Calming Camellia. And 3 die sets. Scalloped Contours, Meadow. Nature's Thought is for the rectangle with this little pattern right around it. Okay. So these are the dies. 3 of them. This one, Scalloped Contours, Nature's Thoughts, and this is from Meadow. So here are the papers. We'll be using polished dots. These are in the mini catalog, and I'm loving them. I seem to be using them on everything. And I think these are a bit of like a petal pink, and then those are just clear. So here's the image stamped with Memento ink on vanilla paper. Vanilla versus the stamping it on white. And we'll see how it comes out. So this is for the front of the card, this is for the inside. The front of the card used scallop contours right here and then also here. This is the Nature's Thoughts rectangular die, and that's used here and here. But before we cut out this rectangle, the vanilla rectangle, it's better to stamp on it first, only because there's these little dots and you won't get ink down in the crevices. And I don't know that it's, because it's a really random pattern, it's probably fine if you do it either way. Okay, so let's stamp the front of it using Memento and this big stamp. And I'm trying to make sure I get good coverage in the center. No problem getting it on the outside edges. And I'm going to stamp this up just a little bit high, and I'm not worried if the leaves go off the edge of the paper, because the cutout leaves will show. That's what you'll be looking at. And also doing it a little bit high so that I have room for the sentiment down here. And this paper will be made just a little bit smaller by the die. Okay, so this one is already stamped. Otherwise, I'd say just on another piece of paper, stamp that to be colored and cut out. So this I can cut using this die. And the paper is just a little bit bigger. Keep in mind that the cutting edge is just a bit in from the outside edge, the outside perimeter of the die, so you can move it around if needed. Okay, So here is for the front of the card. And this large die, let's cut out 2 pieces. For the inside of the card, this plain solid black, and then also this piece of designer paper. The back of it, daffodils and honeybee. Okay, so inside, no, top, inside. Okay, how about the inside paper? I probably should decide what's on here first. How about happy birthday? So do embossing buddy and happy birthday right in the middle. I'll put that in silver embossing powder. Okay. Okay, now I will take this die and cut that. Okay, we're getting there. This is the front of the card. Probably should switch these around. So for the inside of the card, if we have happy birthday, how about something like you're in my thoughts today. Let's do that one, and I'll just stamp it in memento. Good. And then, what did I do on this one? This one I just did a flower off to the side. How about these leaves? Let's do a few of these on the inside, keeping in mind that when I use the die to cut this vanilla paper, it's going to be just a little bit smaller. Okay, that looks good. Then you know what? I've got a gap in there. Let's do some swirls. I love this stamp. Swirls. Maybe a little bit more. It kind of looks like wind. It's kind of whimsical. Okay, so with that die, let me find that die. This I'm going to kind of get in line. Cut that out. So here I have one cut out and colored in with olive reinkers. But look how pretty. Isn't that all coming together? So to color this in, I'm going to use Freesia Olive Pumpkin just for these little flower centers and the color lifter to kind of soften it up. So I'm going to color it in and then hand cut out just the flowers and the leaves. Look at that. Colored it in just like that. Oh, and you know what? The last time I did a project using this set, everyone wanted to know what colors they are. These colors here are Flirty, Spruce, Pumpkin, Saffron, Lifter. So the pink is on the outside and the saffron is like the deep part of the petals. And the pumpkin is the flower centers. And of course, the spruce is the leaves. Okay, so these are just a little bit different. Oh, and then one other difference is on this project, I cut way into these pieces right here. Let me find something so you can see how that's cut into each of those little bits and crannies. And if you were to look really close right here, you could see I cut through there. I cut through this leaf right here just to get up into those areas. I cut through, oh, this one's lifting. I could show you here. I cut through all those, but once you put dimensionals on it, you can't tell that there's been a cut through there. So if you want to take the time to do that, that's great. This one I didn't, and I think it looks good. Okay, I think we're ready to start assembling and decorating. Top pieces, inside pieces. So Tony got this idea to make seafood chowder for, what was it, Thanksgiving a few years ago, rather than traditional Thanksgiving. He decided, not any of us, he decided to have it as seafood Thanksgiving. And when it comes to food in him, I'm just like, ugh. He always has good ideas. So I didn't say much at all, but between you and me, I was thinking, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Anyhow, it was so good, and I'm so happy I didn't say anything, because I would do that again over and over. And you know what, honestly, do I really like turkey? It's okay. But that seafood, and we had lobster, we had everything. It was so good. Anyhow, so now he's like, okay, let's do seafood chowder. Oh, let me back up just a little bit. So when we had seafood Thanksgiving, my son, who cooks very well, he said, I'll make the bouillabaisse. I was like, okay. And he went out and he got all these different seafood things and fish. And he did complain a little bit about how much making this cost, but it was the best thing ever. It's really good. So now Tony's saying he's going to make seafood chowder. And I'm like, chowder to me implies it's going to be cream based. And I don't know, why don't you just make what he made that was really good? He's like, no, I want to do chowder. Okay, so again, just trying to be supportive and just not say anything. So he started cooking it today. Guess what? It smells, this house right now, if there was smell-o-vision, I mean, I would get 1,000,000 thumbs up. It smells so good. So he goes, well, I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's all on me. I know. And if it doesn't turn out good, I know it's all on me. I'm like, the way it smells, it's going to be great. Smell-o-vision going on. He cooked like bacon to put into it. Then onions and garlic and celery and carrots, and he's doing it right. Again, I don't know why I ever doubt him. What I have learned is just don't say anything, because he's usually right. Then in the meantime, I got into a cleaning mode, cleaning everything, and I do the Bo, I do his, like he's on the couch. I clean it maybe, I'd like to say once a week, but honestly it's more like once every 2 weeks. I get his blankets. He has one for the bottom and then one that we cover him with. And I wash them in the dryer. The lint screen is full of Bo hair. Anyhow, so did that earlier today, and as I was doing it, we realized, that's right, he knows he can't go on the couch unless it has his bedding on it. So he was just kind of wandering around there, and he was like, I can't go in my spot. And I thought that would be a good idea to keep him awake and active, because he sleeps. That dog sleeps all day long. That would be a good idea, is to pick up his bedding, so you can't go there until 8 o'clock at night. Anyhow, it's just a thought. It probably will never happen. Okay, just assembling. It's looking really pretty, huh? Yeah. Stories. So this is the last of the Calming Camellia. I mean, I've done 4 projects using this set in the past 3 days. And I still love it. I have all kinds of other ideas, but I wanted to squeeze in at least one more with coloring. The other projects are fine, and they're easy, and they go quick. But this one for coloring, the stamp is just so beautiful. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at these little paper pieces on the edge after die cutting. Isn't that nice? Phooey, I like it. Okay, I guess that's it. I talked my way through that. Okay, there it is. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, give me a thumbs up if smell-o-vision is working and if you could smell that chowder. Okay, till next time, take care. Bye.